Hello, everybody. Welcome back to She Reads Tarot. And I am Catherine. I am the host of the channel. And I read all 12 signs on this channel, you guys. So if you make sure you guys are subscribed. All right. Make sure that you are also hitting that like button for me. If you could please do that. I am growing the channel right now. We're in growth mode, and that is the only way that I'm going to be able to be successful. So help me help you. That also adds your energy into these readings. So please make sure you hit that like button. So I'm just going to pull a couple of oracle messages for you guys first before we get into it. Yeah, we got learning. So a lesson has been learned. I feel like you have learned a major lesson. I feel like out of everything that you've gone through, you can definitely say whether it's been good or bad, whether you've lost or gained. You know what I'm saying? You have learned, you have more knowledge, right, than when you did before. So that ultimately makes you a winner. That ultimately makes you stronger, if anything, right? I know it sounds so, what's the word, passe to say that, or cliche, but I'm not. It's really a real thing, you know. If nothing at all, at least you have come out a better, stronger, and more wiser individual. So we have new hobby here in the reverse. Like I was saying, you're not interested in going out and getting any new projects at this time. You are quite comfortable with the place that God has put you. As a matter of fact, it's like a gift to not have anything to account to or for. You know what I'm saying? You just want to do you. And that is one of the wisest things that you could choose. It's even in the Bible. It even says it in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Being single is a blessing, as is, you know, if a man findeth a wife, he findeth a good thing. Okay. So that is a blessing. But being single is also a blessing. It's an equal thing if it's sanctioned, if it's committed, if it's, you know, if you're doing things God's way, period, point blank. So you can't be single and acting married. You can't be single and having y'all know what I'm talking about, you know. Relationships outside of marriage are just not fruitful. They're not. Friends with benefits doesn't end up being a benefit. It usually ends up being a burden for somebody to carry at some point. And if you take emotions out of it, then I guess you're just acting like an animal. And who wants to do that? Like, that's not fun, natural, or even something that you should desire or want. Divine feminine, divine masculine. It's for a reason. Okay? So I feel that in this new situation, after releasing a karmic or walking away from a situation perhaps that you have been in, that you're like, okay, I have learned from that situation. This is where we are. Learning and new hobby in the reverse. You're not looking for anything new. Okay? You're not looking for anything new. What was that? Always drama. This even says mental energy, right? And it's in the reverse. Artistic talent in the reverse. I feel that you're at a understanding that this alone time that you are taking for yourself is good for you. You're going to keep your mental energy. It's not going to be vampired by others. Do you see what I mean? Good or bad, I don't care. It's just one less responsibility, especially when you're in a place where you need to be alone. Like, God sometimes wants to heal you. So we have new career. You know, there is an upgrade. You're stepping into a situation where everything is about to be better. Everything is about to be better. Okay. And you're going into a new position, and this is meaning you're going to be leveling up. And when you get promoted, we all know that they're, you know, you're in a new situation, so you know those old ways are no longer. Okay, friends that you had before, yeah, they can still be your friends, but you can't necessarily be on that same level anymore because you're really not. So your level of interaction is going to change, right? It's an upgrade, right? And we have attack here under the deck. So now that you're focusing on you, someone's going to turn on you. Someone is going to say, oh, that person thinks they're all that now. You know, that's what I'm getting from this. See, looks. See, that person thinks that they're all that. They think they're better than others. See, new clothes, new look, looking younger, and attention. Haircut, losing weight, toning up. So, you know, people are going to attack you. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to come in with this whole energy of, oh, look at, you know, look at Aries. Aries thinks that they're so much better than everybody else, when that's not the case. You're just stepping into a new situation, right? And you're doing this, and this is something that you have to do on your own. You're not looking to get in any new social groups. You're not looking to make any new friends right now. You're leveling up. You're learning new things right now. It's on a new trade altogether. Or maybe it's something about your position that's new that you have to really focus on. So you just don't have the space or the energy or the time that you used to have before. That's a thing. But there's something about this attack and looks here. But let's pull some more oracle messages. Let's see what the true emotional oracle deck has for us. Tell us about Aries, please. Tell us about Aries, please. Okay. So, yeah. So we have side hustle. We have rejected. We have free in the reverse. And under the deck, we have pop the question. And we have family. Mm-hmm. So, side hustle, just like I said, this is an energy of you're doing something on the side, or there's an energy of you may not have time for things that you used to do on the side because you're stepping into this new position. You're having to train, you're having to do other things. You just don't have the time that you used to have to do these other things, right? And because of that, with new hobby in the reverse, people are going to feel rejected. They're going to feel like, oh, well, can't, all of a sudden, Aries, I'm sorry, did I say Cancer earlier? I'm sorry. All of a sudden, Aries doesn't have time for us anymore. So Aries, just thinks that they're better, right? That's not fair, you know. That is not fair. I mean, especially if these are like your true actual friends, and it's like, please, they really should understand. You know what I mean? I don't see that in this case. I feel like this is like either um, someone that you're either dating or other coworker, you know, that you happen to be buddies with. So we have new career. People get that whole buddy situation misconstrued. Work is for work. Like, I don't have friends at work. I come to work to get paid and do a job. It's great if I can get along with those that I work with, but I don't have to. I can do my all by myself. I don't need friends. Friends make things really stupid and icky and ridiculous sometimes. So, yeah, no. When you're at work, it's not a thing. But, you can have buddies, you know, it's okay. But best friends, I try to stay away from that. I had somebody try to get really close to me at work once, and that person ended up being like a true snake. So you have to be careful sometimes. Okay. That's why I don't do friends at work. I have not done that in years. So, yeah, no. So we have attack and looks. Now, you know, friends as friendly and buddies, and you can co-workers, things like that, but like, not like I'm inviting you to my kids this, or no, no. So anyways, under the deck, attack and looks, we have pop question and family here. So this pop the question really is all about a commitment or an offer. This could also be accepting an offer, okay, which could be a new job or a new position here. And with family here, there's an energy of those that are close to you, or there's an energy of people who feel like you are committed to them, or like they have some sort of allegiance to you. This, if it's an energy of friends, you know, they're not family. This is not that, right? Somebody could also be jealous of, if this is a situation where this is a love thing, somebody could be jealous of you because there's some sort of commitment and you said yes, or there's some sort of like relationship that's taking place, like you're moving on to something new. You've learned from the past. Someone is feeling rejected now that you are moving on. And we have moving on in the reverse here with free. This person doesn't want you to move on to this new thing. So this here to me is more representative of someone new hobby. This could also mean new relationship. There's something about school here and learning. So I'm still centered around this energy. Side hustle. So maybe you're taking a class. There could be some sort of a class that you're taking for work or something like that. I don't know if you met this person, at work, or you something about taking a class or learning something. This person may be going to school. You may be going to school. You may be taking college classes or classes for work right now. Somebody is going to school right now, or somebody is taking some freaking college courses, or their job do courses or some sort of training. This could also be part of this new job. Like I said, I feel like there's an energy of somebody who's training for a new job. They're moving up into a new position. This could also be a situation of somebody is going into a new relationship. They've learned from the past. They've moved on. Now this person feels like they're just kind of like thrown to the side. And now this person is attacking. Now there's an energy of someone who's attacking you or is going to come against you because you're no longer paying attention to them. That's why we have looks here. You're no longer paying attention to them. With Pop the Question and family, there's an energy of you've accepted some other commitment. There's something else that you're committed to, something else that you are responsible for. And this person is treating you badly because they feel as though you are rejecting them, which in a way, okay, maybe not rejection. That's kind of a heavy word to use. Because I am getting an energy of this is someone that you are going to be around. It's not like you're never going to see this person again. This is kind of weird and just kind of creepy, uncomfortable. Let's go ahead and pull the tarot here. Okay, because I feel like this person is either there's something else behind the scenes with this person, or they just have an issue with you. Tell me about learning and side hustle. So we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is also about clarity, okay? Learning something, gaining clarity, listening to someone. Okay, so the Seven of Cups in the upright is all about someone who's confused. They're not really sure what to choose. They're having a difficult time making a decision. Or there's a lot of choices. This person has a lot of options, not that they're having a difficult time. When it's in the reverse, there's an energy of, getting clarity. or having clarity, knowing what your options are, just not able to choose one, not wanting to choose one. Underneath the deck, yeah, look, the Hanged Man. See, there's an energy of not really wanting to choose, right? And maybe this is a situation where, with side hustle, like this person was trying to juggle, they were trying to do both, right? And in the past, I feel like they were. Now that things have changed, right? It's like they're having to leave that behind. And this person is feeling like they're being left hanging, right? That's why we have new hobby in the reverse and rejected. Okay. This is literally says new social group in the reverse and rejected. Tell me about new hobby in the reverse and rejected. So we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Ooh, that is nasty. Okay. This is somebody who's very, 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 very rude. Like something this person is going to say is going to be very ruthless. This is also somebody who is being very forceful, or somebody could say something because they feel like they're being pushed or being forced, or someone is trying to force their, force themselves on them. And I don't mean literally, I mean energetically. We have the King of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who is distant, right? Someone who is distant, but there's an energy of someone who feels like they're devoted to their person, but they feel separated. They feel like they're at a distance, like their person is pushing them away. Or this person that used to be, their friend is no longer, and they feel pushed away. And because of this, it's going to cause them to just be very, very rude and arrogant and disrespectful in a way to this person. Okay. Tell me about new career and free in the reverse. New career and free in the reverse. And look, the Six of Pentacles. See, this is all about things being very one-sided. Where this person used to have time, I feel like this person just doesn't have it, or there's an energy of, things are different. They can no longer give to the connection in that way. You know what I mean? You're on different sides of the totem pole. The scales are not balanced. You know what I mean? Or there's an energy of someone who's looking at things very one-sided. They're not seeing both sides of the picture, right? They don't understand that this person has other responsibilities that are maybe more stressful, and, they have to do what they have to do, right? They're independent. Nobody's paying their bills for them, right? So under the deck, we have the Eight of Cups, right? So this is all about really feeling like overwhelmed. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what I'm telling you with the Six of Pentacles. Things are very, very, very lopsided, or even very just like this person is very overwhelmed. There's a lot going on. They're very stressed out. They have a lot of different hats that they have to wear. They're having to learn a lot of things. They just can't, they don't have time for the things that they used to do, before. Right? Ace of Pentacles here. New opportunity. New opportunity. And this is all underneath the deck with the Two of Cups. and the Hierophant. Look at this. And the Nine of Pentacles. Look at, I'm telling you right now, with the Lovers, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords. See, somebody is feeling like their person has just kind of left them behind. The Lovers, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords, right? This is all about clarity. So there's going to be either a conversation or someone's going to be like letting you know how, why they're feeling this way. With the Lovers, there's obviously some sort of a bond or connection, right? Or at least someone felt that there was a connection. With the Five of Swords, maybe this person was delusional, or maybe someone was playing mind games and making this person think as though it was more than what it was. Maybe with attack and looks, maybe this person just pretended to be a friend until with Pop the Question and family, until this person got the offer that they wanted. And then when they did, it was like, okay, you're not really my friend. This is just all about you. This was just a business decision or something like that. Or we're not really, or I'm not really wanting to be in this committed relationship with you. I really was just kind of focused on this person, really, we were just friends with benefits type energy. Think of how upset this person would be. So when you flip it like that, that's definitely what I'm seeing here, especially with, look, you have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity here. With the Two of Cups, this is a situation like, but we're already like locked in. Like, what do you mean you're doing this now? Or, what do you mean you can't, you can't like have the same sort of like care and camaraderie that you did before in this connection, right? It's not the same. Things have changed. See, we have the Hierophant and look, the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So that Hierophant is an energy of ascension. Ultimately, it's also someone who is something, learning something new, or everything that this person believed prior is changed, right? And with the Nine of Pentacles, this is someone who's focused on just kind of doing them, being independent. They don't want to be in a connection. That's why we have free here in the reverse. See what I'm saying? Yeah. With new career, it's like now that this person has this new situation going on, now all of a sudden that this person has this new situation, now they want to be released, or now they don't want to have any connection. Right? That's what it is. Now that this person has ascended here with the Hierophant, now with the Nine of Pentacles, now they want to be on their own. They don't want to have anything to do with anybody else. They just want to enjoy the fruits of their labor on their own, which this person is feeling some type of way. With the Lovers and the Two of Cups, this is definitely like a partnership or some sort of a team or a relationship that was a commitment. So I don't think this person was I don't think this person was crazy. I think that this person may have been somebody played games with this person's mind. You know what I mean? Played head games, there's some sort of effery going on. Do you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. If you know, Aries. If you know, you know. So that is what I am getting here. So let's go ahead and look at the challenges that you may be facing. All right, let's see. What are the challenges for Aries, please? What are the challenges for Aries? So we have cassette, we have heart with the key, and we have passion. So Aries, if you're sitting on the end of the person that is getting left behind in the situation, if that is you, I'm getting with cassette here, the challenge for you is kind of not letting things go, just kind of like repeating this over and over in your head about, I did this for this person, I did that for this person, and they just kind of left me hanging, right? With the hangman. See what I mean? It totally makes sense now with that 7 of Cups in the reverse. And then we have the hangman. It's like coming to the realization, like, I did all of this side hustling that I did only for you, only to learn that, you have chosen to go your own way. Heart with the key here. Do you see what I'm saying? This is all about the one, or feeling like things were perfect when you and this person were lock and key. You know what I mean? There's an energy of, we had it, we were locked in. You know what I mean? Or I thought we were locked in, but I guess we weren't. And passion here, this is just anger or frustration or some sort of energy of feeling some type of way, right? Because you thought that there was chemistry, you thought that it was all good, and then to find out that it's not, sunglasses here under the deck, waiting or watching, looking. It says stalking, gaslighting, perception, and focusing out. So I'm telling you, and self-indulgence here, okay? With karmic relationship, you're just going to have to let it go. There's an energy of just let it go and just focus on, whatever it is that you have going on, and focus on that. Focus on positive things and what you have going on. If this person was truly a friend, if they were truly a business partner, if they were truly, uh, in a real relationship, if it was truly a connection or a bond, if this was a love relationship, then they would still be there. You know what I mean? Sunglasses, I feel like there's an energy of you just need to not focus on this person may get off on the fact of seeing you in this energy, because they have obviously moved on with that Ace and the 5 of Swords. That's 6 swords, you guys. So it's an energy of learning or realizing, damn, they really moved on, right? And if it's the opposite end, and if you're the person that has this new opportunity and there was never a commitment, or at least maybe you never intended for this person to feel like there was some sort of commitment, and maybe there is some misunderstanding in this. It wasn't the way it looked. Do you see what I'm saying? And now they're attacking you. It wasn't the way you intended it for it to be. So it could be a misunderstanding if this is you. So it could be flipped. So I'm not going to sit here and say you're not the one that's getting promoted, or you're not the one that's finding, true love over here, when, this person, you were looking at them as like a friend with a benefit, right? Or maybe you were wanting to commit to this person until you met that person, and then, you're not married, so you can make whatever decision you want, basically. And in a working situation, like I say, work is work. It's not like, but there is also a thing with that 5 of Swords, which leads me to believe that there is also a potential in the Lovers here that this person was kind of playing the game, or they were acting delusional. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like pretending that it was something when it was completely something else, while also being manipulative. So there could be a thing with that. That's kind of why I feel like intuitively you're pissed off. So let's just see. Tell me about cassette, heart with a key, and passion. Again, I feel like playing this event over and over again is not doing anything but pissing you off. Do you see what I'm saying? And you need to let it go. So we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And I told you this is the obstacle, right? Three of Pentacles in the reverse is all about an obstacle or a conflict. And this is what we're talking about. And there's also an energy of, you know, you and this person used to be a team, or you thought that you were a team with this person, but you found out it really wasn't. So with the King of Swords, there's this energy of feeling justified in your frustration here. Do you see what I mean? Feeling justified in being pissed off because this person played the game. But with the Death card here, it's almost like there's energy of needing to let it go. Really, ultimately, that's what the Death card represents. Letting go of a situation that is no longer serving you. With that cassette, again, it's like, let it go. Let it go. Don't replay this over and over. It's not going to satisfy. It's just not going to satisfy you. Okay? We have the Strength card underneath the deck here. All right? So this is all about holding back. And we even have the Page of Swords here. So there may even be some sort of communication that you're thinking about sending, or want something that you may want to say, but there's just an energy of needing to hold back. Hold back. Don't even worry about it. Let it just roll off of your shoulders. Let it go. Everything is going to go full circle. And if this person was playing mind games with you, if this person was, being a deceitful individual, you know what I mean? If they were playing games with your heartstrings, or with the friendship, misrepresenting themselves or the connection, trust me, it's all going to come back. That's why we have sunglasses, self-indulgence, and karmic relationship. Spirit is saying, listen, put those sunglasses on, let it roll off your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Let bygones be bygones. Focus on you and do you. This person is going to get their get back. If that's what they were doing, was playing mind games, right? If that's what they were doing, tell me about sunglasses, self-indulgence, and karmic relationship. So we have the Two of Swords, and we have the Empress, baby. Look at this. See, there's a point in which everyone has to pick and choose their battles, right? And in this particular sense, you are making the decision, right, to focus on your abundance, okay? To sit and stay in your divine feminine energy, which is unbothered, right? You're definitely not provoking, right? So you're not looking for any trouble. You're not asking for any. So you definitely shouldn't get any, right? That's all I'm getting here. See, Ace of Cups, you're moving on bigger and better. Can I get it closer? Ace of Cups, you are moving on. Your cup is overflowing. Focus on pouring into you. Okay, Aries? Focus into pouring into you. And your blessings are going to come. Things are going to come full circle. Period. And what is the advice? I'm going to give you some oracle messages from our Healing Waters deck, which I absolutely am in love with this deck. This is a Rebecca Campbell deck. Her oracle decks are absolutely gorgeous, but this is Healing Waters, which, y'all, I needed to get a card that represents water energy for my cancers, but this is also just a beautiful deck for anyone who is interested. Okay. Tell us about Aries, please. Tell us about Aries. What does Aries need to know? I'm not going to take like all 12 of these. I didn't mean for the entire deck to flip itself out. Tell me about Aries, please. Tell me about Aries, please. Tell me about Aries. Tell me about Aries. What does Aries need to know, Holy Spirit? What does Aries need to know? So we have Selkie. Come out of hiding. Embrace who you really are. Okay? Come out of hiding and embrace who you really are. Don't be put, or this is what I want to say here. Because I feel that there's an energy of some of you feel like you've been sidelined. And you shouldn't feel that way. Learning was the first card that came out. I feel that this is a learning experience for you. With side hustle here, and then you have the Seven of Cups in the reverse, and you have the Hangman. I feel there's an energy of there's something that you need to learn, or there's some sort of clarity that you need to receive by being in this situation or going through this situation. So there's something that you're going to definitely be learning. Okay. And you are going to ascend. So take this as a learning experience, right? But don't stay in hiding. Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. Don't feel any type of way. Continue to shine, right? Because you carry, if not that same light, but you have a unique and utterly beautiful and much needed light of your own, right? So just, and the fact that it says Selkie, it reminds me of selfie, right? But it says Selkie. I'm going to read what this means in the book. It says embrace who you really are. All right, so Selkie. There are many thoughts about what the ancient story of the Seal people or Selkies signifies. But for me, it's about the masks we wear. Things being taken from us. Y'all, didn't I just say that? How we hide parts of ourselves. The longing for home. The call to be wild and free. Embracing your true self, answering the call deep within, and sharing our true voices or our true voice. So, like in both cases, it's like, don't feel like you have to go into this like hole. Continue to shine your light and be who you are. And if it was a misunderstanding, they'll come back to the table and it'll all work itself out. If it wasn't, they'll feel some type of way and they'll still come back. And, sometimes they'll apologize. Sometimes they'll just get their karma. But if this is a situation where this is you and you're ascending, there's an energy of come out of hiding. Don't be afraid to shine your light and be who you are, right? Um, Embrace who you really are, right? So, and also, if there is someone that, may have had a misunderstanding about a situation, still being who you are and not changing. It doesn't mean you have to disown the world because they don't understand. It just means you keep doing you until they do. Do you understand? All right. So it's time to come out of hiding, to show the world who you truly are, to embrace your uniqueness. I said that, you guys. Your weirdness, your you-ness, to swim freely in the ocean of your life, right? You get to swim free in this tank. It is your tank that is called your life. You get to swim around freely in it and be who you are and not be ashamed or afraid of that. If people don't like, they can go to a different tank, right? They can check out of your tank, but they have absolutely no authority, right? They can go to a different tank if they don't like their surroundings, but they have no authority over anything but themselves. Okay? There it is. Whoop, there it is. So yeah, they'll get with it, is what I'm saying. People will get with it. How are you being called to embrace who you truly are? Are there ways that you're hiding your unique light from the world? How can you embrace even more of who you think, or even more of who you truly are? Are there ways you're not showing up as your full true self in your life or in your relationships? How are you being called to share your voice? Where do you feel held captive? What do you need to do to feel free, y'all? Why do we have free in the reverse? Lord have mercy. I'm telling you right now. And this is heart with the key. So it's like you have the key, you have the answers to all of this. It's like you're being asked these questions. And it just says soul inquiry. How can you embrace who you truly are? Okay. So if you have fluffy hair, what is the fluffiest hairstyle you can potentially have? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, use what you got in the way that you choose, because that makes you you. Wow. Very unique. Unique has two U's in it. Did you know that? All right, now, so there's a lot of you in unique. Hello. All right, so next we have the mist. Okay, the mist. Trust your inner compass. Be led from within. And doesn't this have to do with being proud of who you are, right? Being proud of who you are. And whether or not you can see or not, y'all, didn't I say that at the beginning of the reading? I was like, it was like I couldn't see. I did. Y'all know before the reading, it was like I couldn't see. It was my glasses needed to be. And that's exactly what I did. I came in cleaning my glasses at the beginning of the reading. And here we go. Trust your inner compass. Even if you can't see clearly, right? It's like your inner compass is going to tell you whether you're going in the right direction or whether you're doing the right thing or not. Be led from within. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right. You know what I mean? If you feel like you're leading somebody on and yeah, you're doing somebody wrong, you likely are. Where is your moral compass, right? Make sure that it's turned on at all times. That's interesting. So take it how it resonates, okay, people? Okay, let's get to it. The mist. Okay, if I can see y'all, I'm in the S's. Oh, brother. Okay, here we go. Oh my God. I've got it. Thank you. The water carrier. Hold on. I know I can spell. This is supposed to be in alphabetical order. Oh, because I'm on the S. Okay. Oh, God. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little slow. I need to go all the way back. So it doesn't alphabetize by T. If it's like it alphabetizes by the first word in the first letter in the second word. Okay. So M for mist. Okay. Here we go. All right. Intuition is pointless unless we act on it, but it rarely makes logical sense, which is why it takes faith to trust it and courage to act on it. But when we do gather up the will to act on our intuition, each and every day we find ourselves living a truly blessed and deeply aligned life. That's led from within. I call it living a soul led life. I'm telling you, y'all. Where's your moral compass? Make sure it's turned on and that you're acting accordingly, right? All misunderstandings will be worked out. Okay. There's a golden thread before you, calling you toward it, beckoning you forth. You're being called to trust your inner compass and be led from within. Mist and fog form when it's extremely humid, and water vapor condenses to form droplets. Y'all, this is deep, that hang in the air. When mist or fog sets in, it's as if everything is hanging in a state of mystery. That makes so much sense. When we're walking in mist, we make sure we're facing the right way. Slow down and enter a state of trust. Following our intuition is similar to that. While you may not know every step along the way or the exact destination, you're called to trust your inner compass, to trust the path will appear before you and for you. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz following the yellow brick road, we're all being led home to ourselves and to our soul's path. It just requires us to consistently trust the guidance system within. Soul inquiry. What's your intuition calling you to do right now? So I feel like in this case, either place, I feel like there's an energy of needing to use your intuition and act accordingly. Take it how it resonates, okay? It says, let it go. Y'all, look at this. I can't make it up. So I feel like in either situation, I really do. I feel like it's a major misunderstanding, right? And there's an energy of don't let it get to you, don't let it bother you, let it go, and everything will work itself out and it will all make sense later. Beautiful reading. I hope it resonates for whoever. And I love you guys so much. Take care of yourselves, each other. And I will be back with Taurus coming up next. Bye, y'all.